Welcome to the channel, guys. In today's video we're going to be throwing on some headlights, high and low beam, for a Ram 2500 diesel. And we are unpacking the package from Auxito. They are today's video sponsor. They were kind enough to send me these packages along with giving me a code for my followers so they could get a discount if they wanted to purchase any lights from their website. And I will go ahead and put the link below to their website along with the code that you can use to get a percentage off. Now when you're on that website, make sure you put in all the correct information about your car, so it's going to be giving you the correct lights. I accidentally put in the wrong truck here and got two HP3s whenever I did need a different size for one of the lights, but we go ahead and we find a solution later in the video. You can see here when you do the quick unboxing, both pairs come with a set of gloves along with both of the lights and a nice little casing. Now whenever you plug these in, it is pretty much plug and play and you're good to go. However, for this truck and model, they do not make it easy for you to switch out these lights, so there's a few extra steps on this install. As expected, the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and pop open the hood. This is where your hopes and dreams of this being a quick 5-minute installation comes and dies as you're looking around and you're trying to see exactly how we're going to have to get to those lights. This is a pretty big diesel, so there's a lot going on under that hood. You can see both of the bulbs that we're going to eventually get to replace there, but we're going to have to do a little bit of groundwork. We thought if we took out the bolts connecting the housing that we could just take out the housing and replace it there. Of course, it's not going to be that easy, and we're going to have to take off the entire grill as well. Once we got both sides of the housing loose, we went ahead and worked on this plastic strip here, which is going to be blocking a lot of the things that we're going to have to be getting into. Now that plastic strip has some tabs that just pull out. We didn't have the best tool to pull them out, so we're just trying to pull them out with the tools that we had. And we did break one or two, so that's something that we're going to have to buy off of Amazon to replace. Now when that flap is out of the way, you'll see all the bolts that you need to loosen and take off to pop off the grill. And then once they're all loosened and taken out, you can just pop off one side, go to the other side, pop it out. Make sure you put all your bolts in a safe place, and then put the grill somewhere that it's not going to get easily damaged. And with that out of the way, we're able to go back and go to the other bolts we weren't able to reach. Now, the bolts are extremely long, so it's going to take quite a bit of twisting for them to actually come out. But you can see there's one at the top holding it in, and then there's going to be one at the bottom right underneath it. And when we take both of these out, I thought this was just going to be able to pop straight out, so I went ahead and grabbed the lights in anticipation. Then we looked it up and found out that there's actually two more bolts that are going to be underneath this wheel well here. There's a little spot where you can see he's reaching in, and there's a little latch even that you're going to have to do to fully release that. And once that gets released, you're going to be able to finally pull that out. And now that we have this pulled out, you can see sort of the back side of where those bolts were, and you can see where that latch is. So that's the latch that you're going to have to mess with. You can see the handhole where he was messing with that from underneath the wheel well. And from here, everything gets a whole lot easier. You can see there's two big circles. Both of those are just caps. So you're able to take both of those caps off, and that's going to expose both of the lights that we're going to end up replacing today. Now the low beam is on the top here. So it's going to be the HP3, and we're going to unplug it. And once it unplugs, you're just going to plug in the new light. Once you plug it back in, all you have to do is twist it into place, and that's going to be fully installed. However, the high beams were not HP3, which I thought they were, which was my mistake, and I ordered the wrong lights. However, they were H11, and that was exactly the same light as my Tacoma for their fog lights. And fortunately enough, the bottom there, you can unplug it and twist those out, and that is about a 2-minute install at max. So that was really easy to really take for my Tacoma and switch those out for the halogens, just because it's going to be a lot easier to replace those than to take everything off and replace it here again. And right here, the left side, that's a halogen, and on the right side, you can tell that that's an LED, and there's quite a bit of difference in those. Now the sun is definitely going down, but it's not quite dark enough to fully see how effective these lights are. You can see that's the high beam there, and then we're going to go ahead and throw both of the beams on, and there's quite a bit of light coming from those. And again, this side we have the LEDs for the high and low, and on the other side we have not done the installation yet. So this is just going to be half power because only one of these has the actual LEDs in there. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of a side-by-side comparison of how much light is on the LEDs versus the halogens. And as you could imagine, you're going to have to do the exact same thing on the other side to install the LED lights. Once you do get them in, this is full power, this is both lights, this is full LED, and it is a ton of light, just a massive beam. And there is the high beam. We turned it off pretty quick because that would be blinding our neighbors. We didn't want to have any complaints there, but we're going to go ahead and take this on a test drive soon so you can see exactly what that's going to look like on the road. And I do use Auxito for my Tacoma as well, so whenever we put the halogens in my fog lights, you can tell that those are a lot dimmer than the other lights on my truck. So I will be replacing the fog lights back with LEDs soon. It was just a quick temporary fix, so we didn't have to take his truck apart again. I went ahead and left my headlights on so we could have a little bit more light. Putting things back together here, you can see we're pretty much just reverse engineering. Right now he's tightening all the bolts that went into the grill and making sure all of those are tight. Of course, first we made sure that everything for the housing of the lights were secure first before we put this back on. And then we had to put the plastic piece on as well. We didn't have all of the clips because we broke one or two, like I said at the beginning, but we placed those strategically where it still stayed in its place, and then took this on a test drive. This is with the highs and the lows on, and you can see there's quite a bit of light, and there's still quite a bit of light when we switch this to the lows. You can see everything you need to see here, and there's quite a bit of a distance in that beam. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, Auxito is what I use on my personal daily driver as well. They have a really good product, and I believe they have 50,000 hours worth of lifetime per bulb, which is very impressive. It's going to last a very long time. If you did want to check out and see some of the lights that they have available on their website, I'm going to have a link to their website down below. And I'm also in the comments below or in the description, I'll have a discount code. And if you use that discount code, you're going to get a percentage off the entire order. And you just have to put that in before you check out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped. If you've made it this far, go ahead and drop a like, and consider subscribing to the channel for more videos.